Alright, hello my beautiful people, beautiful seekers, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the channel. It's Marbird, back with another pick a card. How are y'all doing? Oh, it's been a week, let's just say that. So with this next pick a card content push, I've got this list of them that I'm just pumping out. And yeah, so we're just going to keep them quick and dirty. So this one is, why are they so salty? We're going to do 3 piles, possibly 4. We'll see how quickly they go. But the question is, why are they so salty? I can't remember the name of this deck. It's actually 2 decks, different cards combined together. I've got Brian Froud, the author, or the guy from the Dark Crystal. This is his deck, the Oracle of the Fairy, or the Fae, or the Fairy Oracle. Excuse me. So sorry. I'm like mainlining my club soda over here. But I got the sweetened kind, so I guess it's not club soda, but anyways. And then we have, can I drink? I need a straw, or a sippy cup. I have Chris Ann's The Muse deck. So we'll start off with the little, actually no, we're going to start off with this one, and we're going to find out why so salty. I'm trying to keep the verbiage high vibe, so it's really like, well, we'll just stick with the high vibe stuff. Let's see here. So pile number 1, we're at 142. It's a record for me, I think. Why are they so salty? We're not going to point any fingers and do any specifics. If you're interested in a personal reading or subscribing or anything like that if you feel like any of this resonated, please feel free to do so. The information is in the description box below. I'm saying that because I'm trying to remember, because I never do at the end. Actually, I haven't in the past, but I'm going to try and remember as I go along. I don't want to put that out there. Okay, why so salty? Why are they, whoever they may be, you'll find out, you'll figure it out after this, I'm sure. Why are they so salty? So we are taking these in reverse. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, they came out kind of squirrely though. Didn't you see that? They were all like, they wanted to like write themselves and be, but it's really, oh, okay. Now I'm like, I could already feel it. It's like, it's hemming and hawing. It's a love-hate relationship, right? They're like, I like him because of this. Oh, you know what? I think, okay, no, I've got it. So we have alchemy, we have originality, and we have cosmic flower. So I think the reason why these cards, like all of them, like fell and then like did a topsy-turvy, I think that when people, like when they first met you, they didn't think that you were any of these things. They didn't think that you were talented. They didn't think you were an original. They might have thought you were a fraud. They might have thought you were a liar. And they damn sure didn't think that you were special. Okay, so now that we're like, all of these things have righted themselves, so now I'm getting like the Libra balancing of the scales. There's been a balancing of the scales, whether it's a dynamic that's happened between you and them, or one particular person, a group of people, a work situation, a boss, something along those lines. But I feel like people are starting to perceive you like in the right way, and I don't think they like it. I think that you're a lot more resourceful than people think. Excuse me. I think that, and I hate when readers burp, whatever, but it's just, it's just gonna happen. I'm speaking and I'm drinking carbonated beverages. Yeah, we've got the alchemy. That was me being really self-conscious right there. I think also, yeah, now I'm getting in my mind's eye the Lamb card from the Kim Kranz deck. I feel like people just really, especially like with all of this, I think they felt like you were kind of all over the place. I damn sure didn't think that they thought that you had it in you, and it keeps coming up, like they just didn't think you had it in you. I think that they just saw like this damsel in distress kind of energy coming off of you, and I don't think that they thought that you could come up. I think there's a lot of projection here. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I feel like there's a lot of projection because I feel like they're like, oh, well, this is just another person who's gonna, I don't know, I feel like this actually has to do around like wealth or your money or something along those lines. I'm kind of getting like a rags to riches, and you're like, I'm not rich, but you've got when we talk about resources, you've got people in your back pocket, you've got skills in your back pocket, you've got And these are things that people haven't seen, right? These aren't like, oh, I'm gonna go like get on well. Like again, no, I'm not judging or anything like that. But I don't feel like you go the normal route when you're in trouble. I don't feel like you're like, I'm gonna call my mom and dad and like ask them for money, or like I'm gonna go take a loan, or I'm gonna borrow something, or I'm gonna scratch off a lottery ticket. I feel like you're a person that's just like, there's a lot of things in my garden that I've been tending to and tilling, and I'm gonna whip something out to watch the Swiss Army knife reading. So yeah, I definitely think that there's a big surprise factor there, but I don't think that you were hiding it. I just don't think that you were in a space. I feel like you're definitely one of those people where you're just, you bring your tools out as needed. I don't feel like you say, go out and say, like, I can do this and I can do this and I can do this. But you're like, but if it comes down to it, I can do this and I can do this and I can do this. So I really like that. Okay, why else are they so salty? We're using brine crabs. Orky of the feral? They might think you're a little bit of a feral cat. I call flight attendants and exotic dancers feral cats. And real estate agents. I've been one of all, or all of those. My people. Yeah, like outside, like this Five of Pentacles. I'm also getting like gutter kitty. Like, I think, man, I don't like this vibe. It gives me like an ick vibe from like 2 readings ago. Someone that just really, I think they were like really like smiling to your face, and like behind your back, they were just like really like pitying you, you know, and like maybe like talking crap behind your back to other people. Like, she just doesn't, you know, or he doesn't know, like they're like sleeping on their mom's basement, and little do they know you've been like saving money because you've been sleeping in your mom's basement. Something along those lines. Oh, okay, we've got the friends here. I think they also, I'm getting this very kind of greedy vibe around. Okay, so I feel like now it's like kind of honing down. It could be a group, but the fawn. Yeah, what am I saying with like the lamb? This fawn, there's this wild, and you've got the friends thing. Okay, so I'm getting a couple. I feel like there's a group of you where like you may have been friends at first, and they did get this like sweet, soft vibe, and the singer connection, like felt like you were really vibing. But I think the whole time they really were like, again, there was this pity, there was this superiority complex thing going on. I think they just felt good. This is the type of energy that, you know, they're happy when other people are down because it makes them feel better about themselves, right? You know, and then when I also, with this friends card, okay, the other group, I also feel like they realize that you have other people that you are also friends with. I think they might have thought that they were the only ones or something like that. But again, there's this mine. There's a possessiveness around this. Like, it's like, if you're not my friend, you can't be anyone else's friend, or how dare you, or something. There's also like an entitlement. I feel like somebody feels, or, you know, these people, but I think a particular person in general really felt like they had like you in their back pocket, like you were their little like friend that they could take out and like play with and pet with or whatever, and they put you back in the pocket. And if you like hung out with anybody else or talked about anybody else, whether it was like a friend or like maybe a love interest or even going out with your family, they started getting like really snarky with you and just like, you know, and I'm like, I don't even know you that well. Like, I don't feel like this is necessarily like some old friend or something like that. I feel like this is someone that's like relatively new, and just I think this person also feels like they just know a lot. And they know a lot better. It's like a bit of a know-it-all type of energy, and it's like, you know, you can't tell them any different because their experience is their experience. So I also feel like there's a lot of gaslighting off of this person. You're like, this is how I feel, and like, you can't because that doesn't exist because I didn't think of it first, or I didn't feel it, so therefore your experience can't be the real one. You know, so there's just this, yeah, definitely a high and mighty superiority complex going on here. Let's get one more for why they're so salty. I get the sun, and it came out like it's a whole, oh, it's interesting. I don't like this energy. I feel like this person is like laying in wait. I feel like they're deciding to be salty, like depending on what you do, right? Like there's this hovering, like it could be good, and if it's good, then it's gonna be good between us. And if it's not bad, then I'm gonna be like a shithead, like to them. You know what I mean? I just like, I don't feel like they're like putting anything into it other than like, you know, they also kind of been like, might have been like really love bomby or like love skunky, where they're just like, you're my best friend forever and ever and ever. I love you so much. La 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 la. And then like you do one thing to piss them off, and they're like, fuck off. Like really just a little, just not, let's go with emotionally balanced, yeah, I think it's, again, I feel like it's a decision thing, which is very selfish, right? Like, I'm going to decide to like you or not, just depending on what you do. I don't know. I don't like it. It's very, what's the word? Transactional, right? You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. And if you don't, like, it's not like a give and take. And like, maybe it's a 60-40 and maybe it's a 90, like 10. And like, you need them a lot or you're there for them. I feel like they're just very like tit for tat, you know, like you owe me. Yeah. Strings are attached to everything with this person. So let's get a little more. Oh, we got, this falls out of my hand. I'm not going to take it, but obviously I'm going to take it because they're always, yeah, I feel like you like put down, I feel like you also felt like it was an uphill battle. It was like trying to, yeah, I also feel like this person like moves the goalposts on you, like trying to get you to kind of chase them. Yeah, I don't like it. It's very narcissistic. Right? It's very like, I give you my love, I give you love, I take it away, and now you have to earn it back. You know, and I think you were just like, I'm gonna put this jar down and just walk away. I think I'm good. Let's go ahead. Again, lover, family member, coworker, boss, anybody. Why are they so salty? Why is pile number one's person so salty, or people so salty? Oh my God. Sorry. Well, we have the Hang Muse here, which is the Hangman, right? First of all, okay, so one of my favorite readers, she describes this card as like somebody doing like this feat, right? This is something that nobody else can do, because it's not just a typical hangman that's just like kind of sitting there feeling really comfortable, like I could just do this all day. This is someone like leaping over, like not everybody can pole vault, right? They see you pole vaulting, but I also feel like this is a perspective. What they get a perspective of is that you are an empress or an emperor. This is the emperor. So the empress is like someone that magnetizes. The emperor, which is what we're talking about, is you stepping into this role, this masculine role, where I go out and I get shit done. I go out and I make things happen. I don't wait for manifestations to happen. I happen to manifestations. You see that energy I'm in? It's a whole different perspective, and it's not like, oh, I feel like they saw you pull something off that they didn't even think that they could do, much less little lamb fawn, you over here. So pile number one, that's why they're so salty, is they think you passed. I think they feel like you pulled a fast one on them, and I feel like you're just like, I honestly feel like you're a little bit in survival mode. I feel like you're just like, I'm doing what I have to do in order to pay my bills. I can totally relate with that. So I just, again, it's that I don't think that they thought that you had it in you. So, all right, there's that, pile number one. Let's go ahead. We're just going to continue with these because we're not using a lot of cards. We'll just shuffle as we go. And let's get into pile number two. Let's get a little sippy two, a sippy poo. I'm back on the fake orange juice. I needed some sweetness in my life. Yeah, I'm like having a sweet attack. So I go and get the fake stuff. When I have like a salty attack, I like mainline vinegar and hot sauce. All right, let's get a couple of shuffles in here. Pile number two, why? For pile number two, why are they so salty? Where's the moon juice? I don't know where the moon juice is. It's around here somewhere. It'll be all right. We will survive. Pile number two. All of a sudden, I'm like starting to mellow out. I'm starting to get like very unbothered. Presence. Oh, I love that. Presence. Yeah, like it's here. You're here now. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Why pile number two are they so salty? Well, that came out quick. Woo! That came out quick. Woo! Ooh! Got originality in integration, strength, and originality in reverse. That's really interesting with romantic love. Okay. So we've got romantic love on the bottom, so I think this is a salty ex-lover. I've got integration with strength here, and then I've got this originality. It doesn't actually really feel, okay, why are they so, oh, because they don't feel original. Oh, I think you made them feel not original. Oh, yeah, okay. Presence. Okay, with this presence, I'm getting eye contact. I know you don't see any eyes in this, but I'm all of a sudden getting like this eye contact. It reminds me when I had my dog, my first like dog that I had by myself, Sebastian. He was a little Cocker Spaniel. And when he got mad, I'll never have a purebred that isn't a mutt like ever in my life. I've dealt with them before, and he was definitely one of my biggest lessons. And he would get so, like, he had really big separation anxiety. And if he got mad, or if I was like talking on the phone and I wasn't paying him attention or something like that, he'd like give me like the stink eye. He'd look me dead in my eye and like take a piss or take a shit like right in front of me by giving me eye contact. I feel like this. Oh, yeah, I'm getting this stare down. I want to be PC, but I'm getting this, you know what, standoff here. And with integration and strength, integration is all about shadow and light. It's all about like your good and your dark side, because we can't just be monks, right? Like, I just learned that. I had 3 years of celibacy, and now I'm like back on the like, you know, woohoo train, and it's freaking lovely. But I needed those 3 years, right? And so, and I was all like, I don't this, that, and the other. I just channel my energy into my work. You know, and like before, like when I was younger, I was a little raver kid, and I was like, you know, a little promiscuous when I was younger, not gonna lie. And so like I'm going from like the Madonna and the whore to like somewhere in the middle, right? And it's really funny because like actually my time at the club was like a lot of it was like I wasn't like, you know, and people would consider you calling me one word because of where I worked, and I wasn't. So it's funny. Okay, yeah, no, there's something here with that, the Madonna whore. I feel like this person like maybe comes from like a like a background. I just kind of came across this situation, like maybe like a background or a cultural thing where it's like they revere the mother, but they want to have that person like that virginal type of energy to bring home to mom, but they want like, you know, it's like Delta in the streets but United in the sheets. So definitely, yeah, I'm getting a lot off these cards. I feel like also with this integration, I feel like you showed a side of yourself to this person, because I'm getting that like that standoff, like that. I'm going to look you dead in the eye, and I'm going to tell you exactly, because we got strength and integration. Integration is all about, for me, someone that is balanced in their dark and their light. It's not like the pendulum swinging one way or another. It's like, I will be in whatever mood I'm in. Like, I may be in a masculine mood because I'm getting stuff done or whatever. I may be in a feminine mood because I'm like receiving or whatever. But I feel like you just bring it. I feel like you match people's energy really well. And you bring the strength. I feel like if somebody's like trying to come at you sideways, I feel like all of a sudden like you bring up this side of you, this strength, the Swiss Army knife that's inside of you, and you're like, oh yeah? Well, I can defend myself. I don't have to call my daddy. I don't have to call my boyfriend. I'm like perfectly fine, like just standing and looking you dead in the eye and telling you exactly how I feel and what I think about the situation. I don't feel like you're rude. I don't feel like you're tactless, but I definitely feel like you might have really kind of taken somebody aback with how you are able to articulate yourself and your needs and your lack of need for them. Yeah, I feel like you really bruised somebody's ego here. So, let's get a little more. I feel like I could go on, and I feel like they can go on and on about it. Yeah, no, I definitely feel whoever this is, I feel like they're going around like trying to control the narrative. This might not have happened in front of people. I don't feel like you're a person that would like dress somebody down in front of other people. I feel like they would, honestly. I feel like they would say something like nasty or whatever. They're probably really glad that this happened. Yeah, I feel like this is just like a very private thing, but I think everybody around them thinks that something else went down, or like they might have tried to paint you. Like people will try and do it with me, like try and call me like angry black woman. And I'm like, I have that shit on video. That's not how I roll. I'm a freaking flight attendant, like at my soul. Like I'd get fired for that. Like plus it's not effective. It's much more effective to just say what you need to say succinctly and like back away slowly. So I feel like you were very classy in however you went about this. So what did we get here? We have you might be dealing with the same person, because I got the fawn out. I'm not gonna, you know what? I didn't shuffle. I'm like, I got the fawn in reverse. Psychic slip. That's a message for somebody. You got the fawn in reverse. Again, I didn't shuffle this properly, but the fawn in reverse is like, the fawn in the upright is gentle and sweet. It's that lamb energy, and the fawn in reverse is like not gentle, but it's not a harsh energy. It's not like ring, ring, ring. It's just kind of like, all right, let's go. Come at me, bro. That's funny. Let's see here. So this person, I'm getting all loud. I'm getting all excited and giddy. I think this is, oh, okay. Yeah, there's some bruised egos here. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like you're just like, I'm just being me. And I think this person, you just like, you know that emoji where the brain is like crumbling. I'm like, I think that's you to this person. Like, I don't think they've ever like met. You know, they might be like a little misogynistic, something along those lines. You know. Let's not bring my experience into here. Let's see here. Why is this person so salty? All right, I'm like afraid to Mike the Mayan. We've got Mike the Mayamancer. Can I say it? Mike the Mayamancer. So in the upright, this is a person that's like really like into the details, like just specific and slow, and everything's just right. It's like Virgo on steroids. And in the reverse, it's like, I think you're a fast moving energy. I feel like this energy is like more of this person. I also feel like I feel like they use this type of energy, like, let's take it slow and let's this, that, and the other. I feel like it's like a elongated breadcrumber. And I feel like, you know what? I don't think this is working. We should just quit. That's why they're salty, is because you're a fast-moving energy. They can't keep up with you. They can't keep up with you. Like, I feel like also you may have Aquarium placements. I have an aqua, my Venus is an aqua. So like my cutoff game is like on point. Why? Because I can detach. Like, it's literally my best quality is the ability to detach. And so I feel like I don't know. I think this, again, I feel like it's more of an ego thing. I don't feel like there's like a lot of attachment here or anything like that. It's just like the way, yeah, it's just shock and awe. I'm just getting shock and awe. All right, let's get a little, why do they say salty? Oh, we've got singer connection. Oh, and here, okay, not only a bruised ego, but I think they also really liked you. You might have really also liked them, you know? I feel like they really thought that they had something going with you. I think this person just has a lot of, as we say in Texas, bless their heart. This person needs a lot of healing, right? I keep getting like, it's coming up soon, and I feel like it's like very like shadow Aries. Like, I love you, but like, my love means that you need to accept all of my toxic traits, and I feel like you're just like, no mas, I'm good with that. I think you see the flags when they're pink. When they're starting to yellow. No, you don't wait for red flags. You're like, you see one and you're like out the door. And so I think that's another thing. I think that's kind of like the cherry on the cake or whatever, is that there's something here about, I think they really wanted something to happen, but I don't think that they can like, oh, you can't just like, I think you brought out the shadow in them. I feel like they always have the shadow. I think I don't think you brought out the shadow, like somebody like made me do it, like some crazy abuser or something like that. Although I feel like this person could definitely go there and say like, it's your fault for like the way I act. You make me act like this way, right? Like, I touched you inappropriately because your skirt was short or something like that. Like, it's definitely a person that doesn't take responsibility for their actions. You know, they're always pointing the finger. You know, so but I definitely feel like they genuinely liked you, but I think it's wrapped up with a lot of stuff there. Let's get a little tarot. We'll do a little tarot, get a little shuffle. And yeah, that's unfortunate. But I mean, it's better to know, like, and be out of there instead of like, you know, letting things 3 months out of your life. People are like, maybe I didn't see that red flag. No, you saw it. You just chose to ignore it. And then you wonder, like, why? Like, I feel like you're in the energy of, like, no more hindsight. I'm going to see. I saw it from the beginning. I'm going to trust my instincts on this, and I'm going to roll out. All right. Why so salty? A couple more cards, and then we will move on. And we'll move on as I get the 8 of emotions. The 8 of cups with the lovers in reverse. Oh, what I'm getting here. How could you? Yeah, how could you with the 9 of voices in reverse? Like, you're like, I'm sorry. This is like being up at night unbothered. That's what I got at the beginning, yeah. They're like, how could you? They're like more than salty. Like there's a little sand in the hoo-ha, if you know what I'm saying. We also have the Lovers here in reverse. I feel like they were really, really attracted to you. I also like, I kind of liked it a little, because I feel like I don't feel like they got what they wanted, and I don't necessarily like. It may have been that connection, that relationship, but I honestly think it's also because they didn't get you in the sack. I feel like you ran away before, you know, you might be my like workers, my healers, my empaths. You might know an energy and be like, it's not going anywhere near my the center. Like there is way too much too many spiritual baths and salt and tourmaline that I might need, because like you know, there's something called spiritual STDs, right? Like I feel like this is definitely someone where you like, and you also may not have like, you know, like who else are they sleeping with? Like there might be like a succubus energy attached to this person. I know we're kind of getting a little deep, and if you don't know, just like look it up. I definitely feel like with this, like they feel, I feel like there might have been like I don't like using this word, but like emasculation. Because I feel like they failed. I feel like they feel that they failed. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a masculine, or like a masculine energy. So you could be in a same-sex relationship, and whoever is the more masculine, or not even a relationship, I feel like this is a situationship or something along those lines. I don't feel like there's a lot of, I feel like it was a relatively new. I'm not getting any cards that indicate like Six of Cups, like you've known each other for a while, or there's been an ending, or like whatever. I feel like this was just kind of, I feel like it was, again, I feel like it was easy for you, and I feel like it was devastating for them, but it was like an ego blow. You might have sent them through a little bit of a spiritual awakening as well. But I also think like the biggest reason why they're so salty is they feel like you're unbothered. This person thrives on other people being wrapped up in their head about them. I think they really, like, they don't feel needed, wanted, or loved if someone isn't worried about them, or like stressing about them, or wondering where they are. Like this is a person, like I said, extreme breadcrumbing, right? Drop, 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 wait to see if you chase, like give you a little love, then pull it back. Like this is a much more calculated energy than pile one. They have similar characteristics, but this is definitely, this is the person that's been practicing this with other people for a long time, and I feel like they stepped into the wrong, like a bit of a minefield with you, and they were not prepared for it. So pile number 2, fascinating. I love these because whenever these cards come out and I'm just like, I just went through this, and the universe is like, exactly, and that's why you can explain it. And that's what it is about tarot. People are like, oh my gosh, like I know there's definitely people in my life that are like, that sounds like me and them or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, that's like how the universe uses us. That's why tarot readers were all different colors and shapes and sizes and everything. You're like, how can it resonate? And the reason why it came up in your feed, like if you're just watching these all the way through just to see what I'm gonna say and feel like you're gonna like come up in my reading or whatever, if you did something crazy, like more than likely you're like, this story is going to come out because these are the cards that are coming out. And that's why I'm like, let's just shuffle on camera so that y'all know like that I'm not like trying to play some little game here, but this is how it works. And for other readers out here, because I think it took me about 2 years to figure this out. I was like, why do I know this storyline? Why is this coming out? Like, if people that are in my energy field and this is what's going on, I'm like, that's fine. Just shouldn't mess with readers. Like, it doesn't matter, like, how many lies you tell. Like, it comes out in the cards. We don't have to ask. It just shows up. If you're being squirrely, like, you're going to show up in my cards. And you're going to, like, it's there. Right? But because people don't believe in it, it's kind of like a, you know, it's a good thing when people are like, oh, whatever, they're just a fraud. And you're like, okay, you just keep thinking that. All right, pile number 3. Let's get a shuffle in here. Yeah, I definitely feel like I've got some newbie readers, or no, I won't even say newbie readers. I feel like I've got some closet readers that watch me. And I don't have a lot of subscribers, and I kind of love that. You know, it's called 1,000 raving fans. That's what I want. I do want the 100,000. Of course I do, right? But I want the 1,000 raving fans that really get something out of this, because I cannot even tell you like how much my life has been enriched through card divination. how much I am able to relax, how much I'm able to intuit, how much I'm able to see with something. And then there's things that just smack me in the ass. And why? It's because I didn't ask the right question or I didn't consider it, right? I love the free will of this, but I also love that there is like a vibration. And here's the thing is, it's called consequences to people's actions. It's called consequences. Like, you can't like lie to my face. Any reader will tell you we're intuitive or anything like that and say like, and you're like, do you like me, or are you like talking about me, or whatever, like, even if you have the balls to like ask somebody whatever and they say no and you're just like, got it. Like, people should know. If I ask you a direct question, I already know the answer. All right, pile number 3. Let's get into this. It's like law school 101. Awareness. Woo woo. Why are they so salty? Pile number 3. Wow, that came out quick. Ooh. I got delight in reverse. You were not a delight. Now I'm getting Chronicles of Narnia, Turkish delight. The dyslexia kicks in. Turkish delight. Oh yeah, like, oh, in the Chronicles of Narnia, do you remember? It was like the Ice Queen. She gives Edward, I think, the Turkish delight, and he's just like, it's like this temptation, like bring the little kids to the woods type of thing. Yeah, there's this like temptation, kind of aware. Oh, I also feel like somebody's very aware that you're onto them in transition. Oh, interesting. Let me that's interesting. This came out first. Awareness, delight, transition. I feel like this is somebody running. Oh, yeah. I feel like this is somebody running away. If there's someone, I actually want to get a little more on this. I'm like fascinating. Because I'm not, yeah, it's very cloaked. Ah, can I get the eyelash out of my eye? This is a very cloaked energy. Yeah, no, I feel like there's somebody in your energy field. I feel like they're very, you see me, I'm like getting all quiet. All right, I'm gonna do it. There's something in my eye. There's, nothing happens, pardon me, without a reason. All right, we're just gonna take it out. We're just gonna take it out. There's something there. Nothing happens without a reason. Yeah, there's this quietness. I feel like there's somebody, and I think there's somebody in your vicinity that you may not know that they're salty. They may not be showing that they're salty. Let's see what's at the bottom. We've got freedom in reverse. Simply because I think they know that you know that they're like, I think they really believe that you are intuitive. I feel like they're trying to move. I'm getting this very like careful. Yeah, no, I'm getting like a mirroring, kind of like you move this way and then they move this way. Let's see. Interesting. Divine feminine. Is it a feminine? We've got authentic and perception. Authentic, upright, and perception in reverse. Okay, now I'm getting like this duality. Okay, I feel, first of all, it's a feminine energy. I feel, secondly, that there's a person that's trying to cloak themselves, like around you, like their intentions. I feel, because this came so separately and so wonky over here, I also feel, I feel like this person knows that you know who they are. Your perception is correct and that they are not an authentic person. But I don't think that they're being open about it. I think that you might want to watch pile 1. I think they feel like they're very sure of themselves and very smart. Here's the thing is when people start getting quiet and like moving like weird and silent, that's also like a, you know what I mean? They can be like real crazy in your energy and like being like the love bomb, or they can like silent manipulation. Yeah, no, I feel like this is a tactic. Got himself in reverse on the bottom here. I'm just gonna say. Himself is like a good, healthy himself. Yes, I am self-centered. Yes, I've got diamonds in my hair. Yes, I'm doing all of the things. I think with this person, oh yeah, and then it comes up. It's a flip-flop. Oh, yeah, I feel like this is a mimic. Oh, that's interesting. I feel like this is a person that mimics your energy. I feel like, okay, I'm getting like dark empath here. Like someone that like picks up on energy and is able to, you know, use it, not like an empath is an empath, right? A narcissist is just an empath gone wrong. Okay, why is this person so salty and so quiet? Yeah, I feel, well, first, I think that this transition also, oh, I don't like it. I want to say, like, I think you transitioned from this person, and I feel like there's been definitely a bit of transition, and this flies over here. I don't even know what it is. But I feel like they're trying to transition to you. Yeah, this is like a living in your skin kind of energy. I don't like it. We've got Lace the Moon's daughter, which is like, you know, we have Lace the Moon's daughter in reverse. This is like the friendly one. This is the one that's like moving forward. Then we have Epona's wild daughter, who's kind of like a little like, woohoo. You know, like when I get that, like I'm like, I know somebody's got like, you know, a little bipolar or something along this line, but I definitely think this is like an ex-friend. Oh, there's another card. Yeah, they don't want to scare you. They don't want to spook you. Okay, now I'm getting they're like, don't spook them. Like the fawn in the, yeah, definitely look at pile one because we've got the fawn. They might have characteristics of this person. I feel like it's a separate energy, but this is definitely a person that doesn't, because this is Luophis the Wild, who's like, ha, gotcha. And there's even a gotcha card here, and this is the person that's like, don't spook them. Don't spook them. I don't like them, but I don't want them to know it. I'm aware that they're aware. Yeah, this person's playing chess. You are not a delight. You are not sweet to the tongue. You may be very, very bitter. But I also feel like there's something about you that this person wants other people to feel about them. Yeah. It's not grabby. It's mine, my precious. Definitely pile one. They know that you're perceptive. They know that you perceive them. They know that you know that they're not the real thing. They might not even be trying to do this around you. They might be doing this around other people. It's interesting. You might be like, you know, part like a colleague or a friend group or something like that, where it's kind of gnarly. Oh, we got the Meikle and Muckle. Is it Mickle and Muckle? Yeah, they might like present really like, I'm just like a lot of fun. They also might drink a lot. I mean, I've got my, I love my beverages, but he's got like a little bit of that gin bloom nose there or whatever, and like just this like I'm talking about like a problem. I'm not talking about like you like to party and maybe you have a higher tolerance because you work like in clubs like I have before, and like it's just kind of like one of those things where like you get out regular public, you're like, oh, people don't drink like this when they're at work. It's like a requirement, which is, you know, and again, I don't judge, but I just feel like this is definitely like a cover-up. I'm thinking like a cover-up too. This breaks down to a 4. It's like a foundation. We got the Mike the Mime Answer. This came out with the first pile too. Yeah, you might want to, or with pile 1. No, pile 2. Fast-moving energy. Like we're just gonna take that as, oh my gosh! Epona's wild daughter. The card. This is the card. Yeah. So over on this side, they've got awareness. They don't want to look like whatever. But this person, okay, this person's got a little. They've got some healing to do. Maybe need to start taking the medication. Not gonna lie. I've been there and done that. So the only reason why I can speak on that, I'm not judging, is like sometimes medication can really help bridge the gap into like better mental health, right? Especially when you're with a good mental health professional. But yeah, this is definitely a person that also likes, because yeah, there's so much like, don't be crazy, don't be stupid, don't be Luophis the Wild, don't scare anybody, don't like, I feel like this person is also like trying to like manhandle themselves, and like that, I feel like they're very aware now of like how they're being perceived, and they just don't upset the apple cart. There might be like a really big, what's the word? There might be a really big consequence too. Like they might be like on probation or something along those lines, where they're being watched or whatever. So they're like really trying to keep the crazy down to a minimum. Again, I am feeling this. I'm not trying to trigger anybody into anything, but I'm just saying, we don't realize, you know, and that's very generational. That's very, situational, like we can overcome these things. But okay, you know what it reminds me of is when I was with Outback Steakhouse. The first time I learned like how to tell if somebody had been drinking too much at the bar was when they start landing their drinks, when they start airplaning them, where they're like, because like people, they slam something on the drink that's obvious, and they're sloshing their drink, it's obvious that they're too inebriated or whatever. This person like is so aware that they're messed up or whatever, or like not in the right mindset, that they have the mental forethought to land their drinks to make it look to everybody else that they're not drinking as much as they are. They're not as inebriated as much as they are. This person is very careful with how other people perceive them, and I feel like there might be consequences if this person like screws up around other people or something along the lines. We also do have the singer of the chalice here, and I'm just getting here like some root chakra trauma here. I definitely feel like there's a lot of like past trauma, definitely been there, definitely done that, definitely still working through those things, right? So there's a whole backstory. We can talk about somebody and like how much they have issues and all this other stuff and whatever, but I feel like this person, honestly, I feel like they kind of look up to you as well. With that mimic energy, like nobody would go through the lengths as much as they are, but there's just this very carefully curated. And here's the thing, it's like I just feel a tower coming down, and my goodness, if you got Pisces placements and you are this person, like you really need to go get your birth chart done and see where Pisces is going to hit you, because Saturn just moved into Pisces, and Saturn is the taskmaster, and something, I feel like I'm definitely getting like the stretching, like the rubber band on the desk. Where it's going back and forth, and it's just getting tighter, wound tighter and tighter. I also feel like this, yeah, I'm just getting a lot here, like whoever this is, if you are watching, like, it could be everybody, right? Whoever this is, just, or whoever's dealing with this person or whatever, just know that there is a chemical imbalance going on here, right? So like when we got to let people like heal and whatever, we don't want to wrap ourselves up in it, but there's definitely something here where I think somebody needs to like, and I'm not saying this in like a rude or mean way or whatever, but like I'm telling you, like even though I was on like 10 different ones at several different times, antidepressants really help like kind of lift you out of things, and then you've got to do the work. Those are just band-aids, but I'm getting a really strong feeling of somebody that's really trying to hold things together right now, and the universe is like, if you don't get it together, like it's the universe is going to come in, and there's going to be a tower moment here. So just a word of advice. In fact, I actually want to get advice. Let's get advice for this. I'm not being, why do I want to say sacrosanct? I literally look that up because I don't even know what it means. Sacrosanct. I am going to get a little advice here. Just because I'm like, I've been there and I've done it, yo. Like not even, like we can have, nothing at anybody's expense on this channel. I have these readings because it's very important to know the people that are around you that are untowards you, but it's also very important to realize that people, the reason why people are like this is because there's just a lot of things that they need to work through, including myself. Every day I work through pushing myself to wake up and not do this and not do that and do something instead of this. Like it's every single day. Y'all don't see that. You just see me on here like slinging cards and everything like that. We've got High Priestess. Wow, I was not expecting this. Harnic mystic power. This person, I'm not saying doesn't need medication. I'm saying this person, yeah, this is the empath. This is like empath. It's like harness it. Don't be the victim. That's what I'm getting off of this actually. Don't be the victim. Like use your powers for good. You can be. You harness your powers, because the powers are going all over the place, right? What we need to do, like you don't have to go and like try and get them. You already have them. It's kind of like Cyclops and X-Men, where it's like your powers are so strong and so, oh, are we doing this again? They're so like really like intense, right? That it's kind of like you don't know how to control them. Right? We don't know how to control them. So you need to be able to get into a place where you start like, okay, I do have this power to intuit other people's feelings. I do have this power to be able to read the room. I do have this power to whatever, but like not using it in a manipulative way, right? And being able to use again, your powers for good. So anyways, I love y'all so much. Isn't it wild? Every time I get on here trying to get a reading done, right? So anyways, I love y'all so very much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We're going to have more. If you want a private reading from me, all of the information is down below in the description box. And we will have a drawing for free readings here pretty soon once we get to the you know what mark. So I love y'all all so very much. And yeah, we'll see you on the flip. Bye.